For nearly 15 years on YouTube, one genre of video has continued to stay popular despite having drastically changed over and over again. From social experiments to It's Just a Prank Bro. This video aims to look at how the genre of pranks has transformed on YouTube throughout the years. Now, in terms of where it all started, you have to go way back to 2006, a year where two of the original pranksters joined YouTube. Greg Benson from Mediocre Films and the godfather of pranks, Ed Bassmaster. Both joined in the later part of 2006, and Greg Benson could perhaps claim to be the first prankster to go viral. He uploaded a clip in October of that year called Greg Hits Hollywood. The video was featured on YouTube's homepage, helping it to go viral. In the clip, Greg poses as a presenter outside the Chinese theatre in Hollywood and proceeds to hit the interviewees in the face with the microphone when asking them a question.
And what's your name?
Evan Evergo.
I'm sorry, what did you say it was?
Evan Evergo.
Around a month later, the first video from Ed Bassmaster arrived, and we had an early look at his character Testy, who would go on to become a regular feature on YouTube to this day. While pranks tend to involve members of the public, these early comedy sketches from Ed that were filmed in the vicinity of his home would gradually evolve over the years to include the public's interaction with each of his characters.
I live in a row home and it's like 2 stories high.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Now, moving on to 2007, which was truly a vital year in terms of the channels that were created that would help shape the genre. On the 3rd of July 2007, a French prankster by the name of Remy Gaillard joined the platform. He would help provide massive inspiration to many pranksters moving forward and showcase a large amount of his outrageous pranks that are now considered legendary. In only his second upload, a video titled Olympic Decathlon, we began to see the immediate launch of Remy into viral stardom. That video still remains in his top 10 most viewed on YouTube with 27 million views, despite it being 12 years old. Other important prank channels that joined in 2007 would be Jack Val Films. He single-handedly carved out a corner of the fart prank genre, which would inspire many copies over the years.
Whoop.
Next up is an important one, The Magic of Rahat, the self-titled magician prankster who joined in July of 2007. He would go on to popularise the drive-through style of prank while including his magic tricks to help get incredible reactions from the unsuspecting public. Sadly, Rahat doesn't upload anymore, but without his contributions, the homeless money giveaways which Mr. Beast is so popular for possibly wouldn't exist. He was one of the first to start giving away small amounts of money to people in his videos and inspired others to start doing the same, and eventually this evolved into giving money to the homeless. But perhaps one of the most important channels in the history of defining a certain type of prank would be Ownage Pranks. This channel was one of, if not the first major channel dedicated specifically to just prank phone calls. Although Ed Bassmaster was the first of the larger prank channels to upload any type of prank phone call, Ownage Pranks took it to a new level with his talented voice acting.
Like a somebody, look here, I tell you, you guys make the Xbox lie, somebody do that dirty thing.
The man behind the channel we recently found out is Nabil Mahdi, a voiceover actor who, much like Remy Gaillard, only had to wait until his second upload to go viral. His video titled Angry Asian Restaurant Prank Call exploded shortly after being uploaded and currently sits on 12 million views. This would be the start of a massive trend on YouTube, with creators trying their hand at prank phone calls. From Brandon Rogers to the early days of Max Mofo, and even a young Logan Paul tried his hand at this genre. This style of content would become a regular mainstay on YouTube to this day, and Ownage Pranks is still going strong. For the next few years, some of these bigger channels collaborated and things were good in the world of pranksters. With the rise in video mobile phones like the BlackBerry and iPhone in 2007, people were tuning into YouTube whenever they could, and viewers really weren't interested in long-form content in the way we are now. It was about short, shareable videos, and pranks were really the perfect answer to that. I truly believe that binge watching on YouTube stemmed from the pranks side of the site. It was so easy to find these creators and watch their videos over and over. So cut to 2009, and we're now at the start of a new generation of pranksters joining YouTube. A channel named The Sketch Empire set itself up, and a group of friends started uploading comedy sketches, but to little success. They did start to notice that pranking was getting big on YouTube, so they then started to do street pranks. However, one of the members of the team decided to go solo and change the name of the channel to Roman Atwood. Roman Atwood would be a catalyst for a new breed of pranksters. He was different to the others in that his style of content was more outrageous than comedic. It was effectively a toned-down jackass adapted to YouTube pranks and relied heavily on the public's reaction. People had started to become aware of the potential fame and earnings that these YouTube stars were making, so similar prank channels started to pop up in the masses with the realization that they could go viral as well without any real talent. Channels such as FouseyTube, Vitali's EDTV, Joey Salads, Kobe Persons, Prank Invasion, and so on. These channels began to jump on the prank train and ride with its success over the next few years. The genre was absolutely booming, and some of these channels were getting between 50 to 75 million views plus on some uploads. FouseyTube on a few uploads got over 100 million views, which is quite incredible. Each creator wanted to outdo themselves in the competition by coming up with the next crazy idea. However, the prankster channel LAHWF decided to take a different route at the start of 2012 and uploaded a video called Staring at People. In the description, he called it a social experiment and not a prank. Slowly we started to see pranksters adopt this term and title their videos social experiments. While the end goal was always to get the best reaction, the fact it was now called a social experiment implied that in some way it was being done for the better good and therefore they were allowed to get away with it. While Roman Atwood never took on the social experiment side of things, he was taking inspiration from the magic of Rahat's small money giveaways, and in 2013, Atwood made a video giving money to homeless people. While the early days of these helping the homeless videos were genuinely well intentioned and seemed to rack up huge views, sadly it would soon take a dark turn when YouTuber Josh Paler-Lynn made a video in 2014 about giving a homeless person $100. The prank itself was staged and the original video got over 50 million views. Josh set up a fundraising campaign that brought in $150,000 for the homeless man, but shortly afterwards he was found dead with alcohol poisoning on the street. It then transpired that Josh had presented him with a contract which stated that of the $150,000, the homeless man had to give back $20,000 to Josh for his expenses. The contract was never signed and therefore the money was never handed over, and it's believed that Josh took the money for himself as no proof was ever provided of the transaction. This was perhaps one of the first clips that went viral that was staged, and for the first time we realised how a lot of these new generation of pranksters were simply in it for the profit and growth of their channel. So many of these pranks were found to be staged in the obsessive hunt for views and going viral. This was even admitted by many of the creators themselves, FouseyTube, Vitali and Roman Atwood being the main culprits at first. Things started to go downhill from here. While Rahat was actually the creator of Pranks in the Hood, Dennis ETV took it to a whole new level in 2014, and then Joey Salads took it even further and began to upload staged social experiments in the Hood from 2015 onwards. These videos were racist and showed black people in a negative light. This was a step too far, and the YouTube community started to attack these pranksters that were staging their videos.
Joey Salads, your boy, back at it again with the racist social experiments. So what we have here is somebody oversaw this social experiment going down and filmed the whole thing. I guess that means that it's fake.
The death of fake pranksters had begun. FouseyTube left the platform, Roman Atwood moved over to vlogging, Vitali, who was once hitting 10 to 20 million views in most uploads, can now rarely break the 1 million mark, and Joey Salads is running for office in New York. The original guys like Ed Bassmaster, Jack Val and Mediocre Films were being pushed out during this time between 2017 and 2018. The algorithm was not kind to them. All of a sudden, they were struggling to hit 100,000 views despite them all having over 1 million subscribers. While a period of social experiments and fake pranks did continue, people started to become less interested knowing what they were watching wasn't real. And in a quest for likes and subscribers, this newer generation of wannabe YouTube pranksters decided to start creating challenge videos that were dangerous and in some cases deadly. Small-time YouTuber Dammit Boy was shot and killed by his girlfriend in an attempted stunt. The channel Daddy05 had their children taken away from them due to what they were doing to them in their prank videos, and Spanish creator Reset was jailed for giving a homeless man toothpaste-filled Oreos for one of his videos. For a long time, these videos remained unchecked, but finally YouTube took responsibility in early 2019. They banned any pranks that showcased danger or emotional distress and started to remove these uploads from the platform, and that is where we stand today, nearly 15 years on from where it all began. Creators like Jack Val and Ed Bassmaster, who had been there since the start, thankfully started to see the algorithm shining on them once again, and the views started to increase. The men who had effectively helped to carve out a corner of YouTube in the form of pranks and comedy could once again stand tall. So while channels like Prank Invasion will always remain, the genre of public outrageous pranks has had its heyday. The whole history and mythology of pranks is incredible, and the story of where it started to where it's gone is one of the most interesting of any on the platform. So to conclude, pranks on YouTube have effectively come full circle over the last 15 years, and we're back to where we began, with the golden oldies and the founders of the genre being the channels that survived throughout all the changes, while so many others fell away. Thanks for watching, and please check out my Easter egg giveaway where I've hidden lots of Easter eggs in my videos over the past few months, and if you find them all, you can win my AdSense revenue for the month. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't subscribe because I probably won't make one of these videos again.